Welcome back to the channel, and before we even jump into the game, yes, this is not my typical setup. This looks very different from every other video I've recorded this season. My computer died this week, so unfortunately I've spent this past week getting a new computer, getting all the software back on it that I need to edit these videos, and with that, I wasn't able to get a video out, and I hate that. I make sure that I want to get a video out every single game, especially before the next game comes out. So like Kane said on Twitter, if Kane's watching this, he said, just jump on your phone, do a non-edited video and just get your thoughts out there, just have something. So that's exactly what this is. I would have hated going into the DC United game without having completed my recap of the LA Galaxy game first. So this video is going to be a lot shorter. It is not going to be edited. I'm just going to talk about a few thoughts just so I can say that yes, there is a video. The entire season is complete. But yeah, let's just jump right into the game. St. Louis and LA Galaxy played in LA last Saturday with a final score of 3-3. They played 3 times in total, all 3 ending in a draw. Their first game ending 1-1, their second game ending 2-2, their third game ending 3-3. So if I were a betting man, I would guess that the 4th game later in the season is probably going to end 4-4. That's just my money though. But yeah, it was a really good game from both sides, honestly. I'm very happy that St. Louis was able to pull a point out of a game that they did not play their best soccer. They did not look like the better team. LA Galaxy are a lot better than last year. Last year, both of those draws felt like disappointing results, especially that 1-1 draw in St. Louis. That felt like a game that we should have won. The 2-2 draw that I did attend, that was really the result of a red card and us having to play a man down for about 30 minutes. So that one's a little bit more excusable, but those excuses are gone now. LA Galaxy is a really, really good team. So I'm happy to say that we could earn a point on the road in 2 straight games. It is a little disappointing though when you are up 3-2 in stoppage time and you give away the game-winning goal. But if you look at the game overall and not just those final minutes, LA Galaxy had a chance to score 4, 5, maybe even 6 if Roman Bürki didn't stand on his head. He was amazing in that game. He is my star of the game. I'm not gonna have the graphic for this, but in future videos when I do have the gradebook graphic, his will be updated with 2 gold stars now. But no, he was incredible. There's about 3 or 4 different saves that I don't think many other goalkeepers in MLS get to. His reaction time just seemed so quick, and he has not missed a beat from last season. He was goalkeeper of the year last season, as everyone remembers. He looks like one of the best goalkeepers in the league right now. Nothing's changed. He is the best. Our back line, no Parker. Nilsson had to step up and did. He's looking more and more like he is that guy. He might be even better than Parker, who was a Defender of the Year finalist last year. But it's safe to say that even if one of those guys can't play, I feel very comfortable leaving it to either Nilsson or Parker, pairing them with a Hebert or a Yaro. As long as one of those guys is healthy and ready to go, I'm comfortable with our defense. But really, the story of the LA Galaxy offense is that they are transformed from last year. Paintsel and Ricky Puig combined for a lot of the build-up play. And really, most of the threats coming from LA Galaxy came from launching balls over our defense and our back line, and Paintsel just torching the back line, specifically the outside backs. Getting the ball in the corner and either running it in for a chance himself or whipping that ball into a secondary runner. He was on fire last night and we really didn't have a lot of answers. LA Galaxy did score very early on, I think in the 3rd or 4th minute. And I'm glad to see that this team didn't give up. A lot of teams don't have the mental fortitude to give up a goal early and then still feel like they're in it. We did, and luckily we, playing our high press offense, were able to earn a turnover late in the first half, late in their end, and Ostrak was able to put it in the bottom corner to make the score 1-1 heading into halftime. And yeah, the second half was a bit more energetic, I would say. This definitely felt like a playoff series kind of game. And I tweeted it at the time that these feel like 2 teams that would play a pretty epic 3-game playoff series. I would really, really enjoy that. The soccer fan in me would enjoy that. The St. Louis fan in me would be a little nervous for that. But either way, I think that this game had so much going for it. It was the late night game, so this game was played separately from every other game on Saturday. It was sort of the primetime game. If you're thinking of it like an NFL, this was the Sunday night NFL game, and it did not disappoint. St. Louis, although things aren't necessarily clicking all the way yet, we still look like a team that can play and hold our own against any other team in the league. LA Galaxy has obviously taken a step forward this year compared to last year. Last year, they were pretty miserable for the first 2/3 of the season and then made a late playoff push but didn't quite get there. This season, they do look like, maybe not necessarily contender, but they're kind of up there in the upper echelon of teams as well. Tom Bogert just put out his rankings, and I think they were ranked 5th or 6th, where St. Louis was ranked somewhere between 8 and 11. And I feel like that's right. We feel like a team that's ranked somewhere between 8 and 11. You know, we're playing very well, getting a little unlucky, but the results just aren't quite there yet. Still, 2 draws and 2 away games in a row. I'm not going to be too disappointed at that. Especially when you play really, really well in Austin, kind of get screwed and earn a point, and then in this game as well, don't look like the better side. Probably are going to be losing, if not for Roman Berkey, and then earn a point in a pretty against a pretty really good team, honestly. So those are just my quick thoughts about the game. I know that wasn't quite as in depth as some of my other videos have been. One other thing I do want to say before I leave, though, is the Nilsson goal. That was just pure magic. Didn't know a center back could do that. A center back? Just like the announcer said, a center back. Man, that was pretty cool. It won goal of the week, and anytime a St. Louis goal is up for that poll on Twitter, we just don't lose those. We don't lose those. Those are ours to win. We are a pretty big fan base on all the socials, which is awesome. This team is deserving of our fandom right now. They're playing really, really well. And we're back at home this week against DC United and Jared Stroud. So I'm very excited to see City Park in its full, mid-season form again. I think I've played a sellout every single MLS game we've played there. But man, do miss the stadium. I know that was our last win as well, was at home against New York City. DC United are playing better than they were last year. I still think it's a very winnable game, especially at home. So I think we're in a territory where, even though it's certainly still very early, a win would feel very good for the standings right now. So yeah, looking forward to the game. Very happy with this team right now. I'm not upset at all with where we are in the standings, in our play. I have no complaints and nothing to worry about. I'm just very happy with where the trajectory is going. So again, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you clicking on the video. Thank you for dealing with this little bit of nonsense. Hoping to have my computer and everything back in store to have a video out for the DC United game. But this is a good alternative. So again, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.